with Tua and Jalen Hurts. While those two have had multiple starts at jump them, Mac will be making his first career start when New England hosts Miami. So, Shannon, which of the three former Bama QBs will have the better NFL career?
I believe it's going to be Mac. I believe he is in a better situation. I believe he has the better of the three coaches. And Skip, and I said this from the beginning that I felt he was most ready to play. Of all the quarterbacks that came in the league, I thought he was most ready to play of all the Alabama quarterbacks that have come into the league, Skip. And so he's a prototypical passer. His accuracy is second to none, and the way he can just the Rolodex memory that he has. And so for me, Skip, I just think it's going to be him. I think he has the better team. He will always have the better team. And I think he's in the best situation with Josh McDaniels and Bill Belichick. Now, Skip, look, I know in the last 20 years, Alabama quarterbacks haven't, but Alabama got three quarterbacks in the Hall of Fame. Joe Namath, Bart Starr, and Kenny Stabler.
That happened a long time ago, but they do.
Yeah, but
and then there was a long
list. They were great college players, and there's nothing wrong with that, Skip. And people, we got to get out of this notion, Skip. Because you're a great college player, you automatically assume, man, he was great. That doesn't mean you're going to be great, because there's a lot of. I just saw the stat, Skip.
Yeah.
There are more undrafted players that made NFL rosters than first rounders.
Yeah.
So that just goes to show you there ain't no guarantees.
No.
So just because somebody was good in college, don't think they're going to be good in the pros.
Yep.
And because someone was so-so in college, don't think they can't make it to the league, or they're just going to be so-so in the league. You just never know. But if you ask me right now, I'm taking Mac Jones.
Okay. By the way, for the longest, it felt like Coach Saban just wanted a cog of a quarterback.
Game manager.
Like he did not want a superstar.
Correct.
Because he didn't want to have to deal with the ego of it, with the kid might feel like he's bigger than the program.
Right.
And he was afraid to even recruit the 5 stars. He wanted somebody who would do what he said to do, or what the coordinator said to do. So they went through John Parker Wilson. This is early in his regime there, his tenure. And then it was Greg McElroy, then it was A.J. McCarron. All these were pretty good college players. A.J. was a very good college player, and Blake Sims and Jake Coker. And finally, the breakthrough came with Jalen Hurts. Not that he was a 5-star recruit, but his father had coached him in high school, and he was a pretty
top
good
dual threat, though.
He was the top dual threat. And then here we go with Tua and obviously Mac.
Right.
And yet, Mac, nobody saw Mac coming.
No.
It wasn't like he was projected as like 3rd or 4th rounder until last year, and all of a sudden he vaulted to 15.
He wasn't highly recruited, so he didn't have the expectations of Jalen Hurts and Tua. So it was cool for him, Skip. Most quarterbacks that's 5-star, you're not waiting till your senior year to start.
Yeah.
I'm gone.
Okay. Back to the question. I completely agree with you. You said situationally, Mac is golden. You cannot ask for a better start to a career, even though you're going to get thrown into the game 1 rookie fight, than to have Bill Belichick bless you and project you as whatever's left of his legacy building. You are his guy. Till death do you part.
Correct.
So probably Bill Belichick just selected his final quarterback. He hopes it's his final quarterback.
He definitely hopes it's his final quarterback.
Because I don't know, is Bill going to coach for 10 more years? He's 69 years old, but he might.
Well, he better hope that Mac Jones lasts for 10 more years.
Well, that's what I'm saying, but theoretically in his head he's saying, I got my guy.
Correct.
Now I got to go win my couple of more suits, whatever it's going to be. This is my guy. So I get all that. And Josh McDaniels is really good at what he does. So you could not ask for a better situation with a deeper stable of running backs, a run-blocking offensive line, and a very good defense that even looks better than I thought it was with the pass rush. It looks pretty serious to me. Get all that. I'm hanging in with Jalen Hurts because I believe in Jalen Hurts. I told you that from the start, and I'm not going to back off it. His situation is the shakiest to me because I'm not a Tua fan. You remain. I'm actually surprised you're going Mac over Tua.
I'm going Mac over Tua,
Okay, but Tua is still in a very good situation, not maybe the New England situation. I just don't believe in him on velocity, on durability, on leadership. I just don't feel it and see it the way I do from Jalen Hurts. So I'm going to quote my guy, Tony Romo, because he went, you can say, way over the top with some comments he made on a media call the other day about the Eagles. and you can say it's just hype, hooray, hyperbole as we look toward the next, the new season, and Tony's just trying to hype CBS games. But what he said about the Eagles and Jalen Hurts shocked me and stopped me cold.
Yeah.
Because of Jalen Hurts, he said he showed a lot of flashes last year, and he has a chance to be very good. I completely agree. Tony thinks the Eagles have a chance to be very good in part because of Jalen Hurts. He said, I actually think this team has a lot of talent, and they hired a great coach. And I'm like,
man,
how do you know, Tony?
Exactly.
Nick Sirianni's a great I don't know. I mean, I hope for Jalen's part that he is, but I don't know about that. Tony Romo goes on to say, I think the Eagles are going to be a surprise team. They could shock a lot of people and go 10-6 or 11-5 very quickly. Obviously, there's one more game, so you got to go one more. But whatever, you know what he's going.
Right. They can be a double-digit win team.
Okay, 10-6 or 11-5. Are you kidding me? Really? I wouldn't be surprised at all if the Eagles have a great season this year. He's not even projecting the next couple of years. Okay, well, that's in large part because of Jalen Hurts. Is he a great thrower of the football? No, but he's a good one. And I watched him carefully, obviously, under Lincoln Riley, because he fell apart with Saban and, the Tua story and everything that happened there.
Right.
And in a bombs-away throwing offense, Jalen Hurts was really good at Oklahoma with no depth at receiver except for my man CD. It was CD or bust, or in many big downs, many 3rd and 3s, Jalen said, I got this myself. He's the strongest pound for pound in any weight room he walks into. And you want to talk about a warrior's heart? You want to talk about a natural-born leader? I don't know if Mac's a natural-born leader. We'll slowly but surely find out how the team responds to him, because Brady's leadership is way underrated to me, because he is the greatest leader ever on contagious leadership, where the whole team looks to him to make the play and say and do the exact right thing in the locker room.
I think Mac Jones is a tremendous leader, Skip. If you just listen at what was said before he became the starter and how everybody said they loved the way he handled his business. Very professional. Comes out, works hard, keeps his head down.
Okay, but I don't know if that yet equates into team leadership.
Oh, he's the team leader. I don't really know. Offensively, he's the team leader, Skip.
But you got to see him through adversity. You got to see him lose a game and see how it all unfolds.
But they asked Waddle. Remember when they asked Waddle? They asked Devontae Smith, the better quarterback, Tua Mac Jones. They couldn't even get it out all the way out the mouth. Mac.
They did. I buy that. I got it. And by the way, Jalen is now with Tua. So Tua's got a better chance there, and they got Fuller too.
Right.
So I give, and yet Devontae is now
with Jalen.
Right. So all of a sudden, Jalen's got a little better chance with a guy he has a feel for, and a guy I think he will trust in ways he didn't trust anybody last year. So is Tony Romo just going completely over the top here?
Yeah.
Or is there a lot of truth in what he's seeing before anybody else sees it?
Well, Skip, here's the thing. This is what you do with color, because Tony has to be positive, because Tony's going to maybe have to do an Eagles game. He's maybe going to have to go see one of these teams. And, Skip, you know how it is. When you say something negative about a player, and all of a sudden the coaches don't want to talk to you, the players don't want to talk to you, and it makes your job more difficult.
Yep.
It's just easier to do your job if you paint everybody in a positive light. Everybody goes. Tony Romo thinks that all 32 teams going to make the playoffs this year. You and I both know only 7 teams from one conference and 17 from the other is going to make the playoffs. We know that. But let Tony explain it to you. Everybody's making the playoffs.
Okay. I'm with Tony on this part. I saw a lot of flashes from Jalen Hurts. That was a bad football team on its way down because the head coach was on his way out.
Well, this is what I saw. I saw a guy that only started 4 games, but he was on pace to have more interceptions, more turnovers, a lower QBR, and a lower completion percentage than Carson Wentz, the guy he replaced. That's what I saw. That's fact.
Okay, I got it. I told you, you can look at my timeline. I tweeted it when they took him in the draft. They traded up to take him, and they had Carson Wentz, and I said, Jalen Hurts will be better than Carson Wentz.
Right.
I stand by that. We'll see. You told me the other day you're about to be off Carson's bandwagon, right? And I'm still driving Jalen Hurts bandwagon. So I'm sticking with this. Long term, I believe Jalen Hurts will prove to be a better leader, playmaker, just flat out straight baller than Mac Jones. Mac's in the perfect place.